Lesson 2. India is my country. Independence Day celebrations are going on at Tejas School. Various programs are organized under the leadership of the Social Science Club. Mega teacher divided the class into groups and each group was assigned a task. Tejas and his friends were asked to prepare a magazine about Independence Day. They decided to visit the library to collect information to be included in the magazine. The librarian is their former teacher, Vinyan sir. They explained the purpose of their visit to the library. Children, can you tell me who were the foreigners who ruled our country? Vinyan sir asked. The British, Bhavya said excitedly. Exactly, Bhavya. Do you know how they became our rulers? Sir asked again. Children looked at each other as if they didn't know. Sir gave them a picture story book from the library to read. They started to read the book eagerly. Foreigners first came to India by ships to buy spices like cardamom and black pepper, and textiles like silk and cotton. Gradually, they obtained special privileges from the king and established factories here. Since the rulers of different provinces in India considered each other as enemies and at war, the foreigners found it easy to enhance their power. They conquered the natives with advanced war tactics and weapons like cannons and guns. Eventually, the British took over the princely states after exerting control over agriculture, trade, and the king themselves. Over the time, the British dominated the entire region of India. India was under their control for almost next 200 years. You have read the picture story book. Now answer my questions, Sir continued. You can also find answers to Sir's questions. First question. Why did foreigners come to India? The foreigners came to India to buy spices like cardamom and black pepper, and textiles like silk and cotton. Second question. How the foreigners could easily establish power in India? Since the rulers of different provinces in India considered each other as enemies and at war, the foreigners found it easy to enhance their power. Third question. Why were Indians unable to hold their own in the struggles with the British? There was no unity among Indian rulers. The British had advanced war tactics and weapons. The British took over the princely states after exerting control over agriculture, trade, and the king themselves. Struggles against the British. Oh, the people of our country suffered a lot under the British rule. Didn't they, sir? Nina asked. That's right. The people who were suffering started protest against the British in various places. They protested by breaking the laws, declaring non-cooperation, and organizing marches. Vinyan sir replied. Such protests are known as the freedom struggle, aren't they? Naveen's doubt came within no time. Smart boy. Sir congratulated Naveen with a pat on his shoulder. Now, let's know about some of the important events of the freedom struggle. He picked a book from the cupboard and gave it to children. Read the information collected by children from the book. Salt Satyagraha, 1930. At that time, many Indians were engaged in the work of producing salt by draining seawater. The cruel British rulers declared that Indians must pay a tax, a special levy for extracting salt. Those who made salt without paying the tax were imprisoned. Gandhiji organized the people against this. They marched in a procession to Dandi beach, a place far away from Gandhiji's Sabarmati ashram. Taking a handful of salt from the sea, Gandhiji said, "Even if these hands holding salt are crushed, they will not give up the salt." Find out more information about Salt Satyagraha with the help of your teacher. Date and place of Salt Satyagraha: March 12, 1930 to April 6, 1930. The march began at Sabarmati Ashram in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, and ended at Dandi, a coastal village in Gujarat. Gandhiji's leadership. Mahatma Gandhi led this movement as a protest against the British salt law, which imposed a tax on salt and prohibited Indians from collecting or selling salt independently. He chose salt as a symbol of resistance because it was a basic necessity for everyone. Dandi March. The Dandi March was a 386-kilometer march to Dandi, where Gandhiji and his followers symbolically broke the salt law by making salt from seawater. This act inspired widespread civil disobedience across India. Quit India Movement, 1942. Vinit Sir then introduced the diary of a freedom fighter to the children. 1942, August 8. Today was the day I got immense enthusiasm and energy in the freedom struggle. I had the privilege of attending the Bombay Conference of the Indian National Congress, where the demand for Quit India was passionately presented. The meaning of this slogan was clear and resolute. Leave India. Gandhiji reminded us that this must be the most powerful agitation for freedom. Bapuji called on everyone to do or die. Inspired by his words, I found myself standing up without knowing and raising my fist and shouting with all might the slogan, "Quit India, quit India." According to Gandhiji's exhort, thousands of people must have participated in the struggle. Isn't it, sir? Tejas asked. Of course, the slogan of this movement echoed all over India. It gave people more power and strength, sir replied. Collect the following information about the Quit India movement with the help of your class library and prepare a note. Quit India Day, leaders who led the freedom struggle, result of the freedom movement. Quit India Day, August 8, 1942, Bombay session of the All India Congress Committee. Leaders who led the freedom struggle: Mahatma Gandhi, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Jawaharlal Nehru, Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, Aruna Asif Ali, Jayaprakash Narayanan, Ram Manohar Lohia, and many others. Result of the freedom movement: the Quit India movement was a significant step towards India's freedom struggle. It showed the determination of Indians to be free and self-governing. This led to the withdrawal of British from India, and India got its independence in 1947. Freedom struggle in Kerala. Then there were many agitations in Kerala too, asked Naveen. Yes, the spirit of freedom movement led by Gandhiji also spread in Kerala. The salt law was violated at Payanur beach in Kannur. K. Kelappan acted as the leader of the movement. Later he was known as Kerala Gandhi. Sir, who were the other leaders who led the freedom struggle in Kerala? The children were curious to know more. There are hundreds of people like T. K. Madhavan, K. P. Kesavan Menon, Muhammad Abdur Rahman, A. K. Gopalan, Akkamma Cheriyan, Kuttimalu Amma, and others, Sir recalled and said. The children took note of all the information given by Sir. Find out and write down the major freedom struggles that took place in Kerala. Malabar Rebellion, Vaikam Satyagraha, Salt Satyagraha, Punapara Vailar Revolt. Freedom fighters. Mahatma Gandhi. Children, do you know the leader who inspired freedom fighters all over India? Sir asked this question and quickly they replied, Gandhiji. Now, read the information they collected about Gandhiji from the books in the library. Gandhiji was born in Porbandar, Gujarat. His real name was Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. He left his job as a lawyer in South Africa and returned to India to join the freedom struggle. Through his simple way of living, high thinking, and warm interaction, he rose to become the leader of India. Truth and non-violence were always evident in his words and actions. Children affectionately called him Bapuji. He led important movements like the Champaran Movement 1917, the Non-Cooperation Movement 1920, the Salt Satyagraha 1930, the Quit India Movement 1942, etc. Collect more information about Gandhiji from your school library and prepare short notes. Prepare a Gandhiji magazine as group activity. Birthplace, birth, parents, Gandhiji and freedom struggle, autobiography, methods of struggles, lifestyle, personality traits. Now let's prepare a short note on Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was born on 2nd October 1869 in Porbandar, Gujarat. His parents were Karamchand Gandhi and Putlibai. He used the method of struggle called Satyagraha. He played a leading role in the Champaran Satyagraha in Bihar, the Ahmedabad cotton mines strike, the Kedah strike, etc. People addressed him with the title of Mahatma. Children affectionately called him Bapuji. He became the leader of non-cooperation movement, the Salt Satyagraha and the Quit India movement. During his life, he paid special attention to ensuring that thought, action and life were one. Self-reliance, simple living and love for the poor were reflected throughout his life. His actions also did justice to the statement, "My life is my message." His autobiography, The Story of My Experience with Truth, remains an inspiration for generations. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe my channel for more updates.